What is going on, everyone? Jeremy here from MTG headquarters. Gonna celebrate Friday with just a good old-fashioned box opening. Here we have a brand new box of Kaladesh ready to crack. What are we looking for? Well, we're looking for things like Torrential Gearhulk, Verdurious Gearhulk, Saheeli, Chandra. Lots of interesting things to look for. There's also masterpieces, of course. We have a Wisp-Weaver Angel, Diabolic Tutor, Servo Exhibition. We have Depalia Exemplar, the failed dwarf experiment, according to Mr. Rosewater, and a foil Wayward Giant. That was weird. That pack was kind of... Oh, I'm sorry. We had a Nissa emblem, too, in that pack. This box is kind of roughed up, it seems like. Edges of these packs are a little rough. Imperial Voyager, Ruler Maker, Glimmer of Genius, and an Inspiring Vantage. Now, we've got the release of Modern Masters coming up next Friday. I have pre-ordered a box from my local game store, TK Games. Shout out to Bob. He was able to put one aside for me at a fair price. Aetherborn Marauder, Harnessed Lightning, Gear Repair Guide, and Metalwork Colossus. And my hope is to have a box ready to drop at midnight. So be ready. Make sure you're subscribed and you have notifications on. There's like a little bell. I know it's super annoying. Let me sip my coffee out of my wife's homemade mug. My wife's taken out on pottery as a hobby. I like it. Shrewd Negotiation, Incendiary Sabotage, Durable Handicraft, and Dubious Challenge. She seems to like it. She's moving up onto larger bowls. I don't know. I don't have the patience for that stuff. So if any of you happen to do that kind of stuff, well, good on you. Well, goody for you. Contraband Kingpin, Snare Thopter, Malphus Doorbuster, and another Metalwork Colossus. That's weird. And with a Foil Swamp, Regular Swamp, and a Servo token. So big news out today. That Channel Fireball now has the exclusive contract with Wizards of the Coast for their GP circuit. How do you feel about that? How do you feel? We have Cloudblazer, Decoction Module, Gearshift Ace, and Pia Nalar. At first, it seems like everyone just loves Channel Fireball, and they don't like when you say anything bad about them. So I'm not going to say anything bad about them. I haven't had any really negative interactions with them at all. I've been to several of their GPs, and I thought they've been great. I thought they've been fine. Demolition Stomper, Nature's Way, Ceremonious Rejection, and Panharmonicon. Very interesting card. And we have a foil Incendiary Sabotage. I just, in general, don't like when you eliminate competition from the market. Like, I just, in general, I don't think it's good for customers. It's dangerous. Oval Chase Daredevil, Aether Touch Renegade, Armorcraft Judge, and we have Padim, Council of Invocation. And so I reacted that way on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at MTG Headquarters for posts that will probably annoy you. Posts that are not really Magic the Gathering related all that time. Make Obsolete, Aerial Responder, Speedway Fanatic, and Gonti, Lord of Luxury. So coming up this week, we have our Patreon opening. So if you're going to back on Patreon for a booster box or a fat pack, which is rapidly growing. Basically, you back, it's $40 for a fat pack, which for a lot of people, that's like regular price. And booster boxes are $105. And I open them on the channel. I say your name, and I say thank you. And then I mail you all your rares. Fabrication Module and Mythics. Refurbish. Experimental Aviator. An Electrostatic Pummeler. It's not a way for me to make money. It's a way for me to support the channel with openings. So this week I think we're going to have something like 20 fat packs and 5 booster boxes. So we're going to have absolute tons of openings. Whirler Virtuoso, Morbid Curiosity, Janjeet, Sentry, and Bomat Courier. And a Chandra emblem. Hopefully that means we have a Chandra coming. Working with a new setup here, trying to bring in that crispy 60 FPS. I think I'm going to have to lower the... I put up a movable tripod, which now... Hey, Cataclysmic Gearhulk, our first mythic. When yesterday, when I was putting it together, one of my studio lights fell down, knocked into another studio light, which knocked into my IPS monitor. That monitor then fell and landed on the one and only thing on my desk that could damage it, and it did, and it broke. So I had to order a new monitor. You know, $10 setup has led to very expensive new monitor. Architect of the Untamed. I really hate rebuying the same thing, too. You know what I mean? But it's like a match set, you know? Here's that beautiful Chance playmat, too. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do a separate video, but we just partnered up with Teespring and have a bunch of sweet merch. I'll talk about that later in a different video. Hazardous Conditions, Fretwork Colony, Aether Meltdown, and Aether Storm Rock. Had this in my GP pool, my sealed Grand Prix Milwaukee pool. Tis a nice card. Tis a very powerful card. Long Tusk Cub, Weaponcraft Enthusiast, Inventor's Apprentice, and Lost Legacy. I gotta say, this box is, I'm hoping there's some spice in the middle here. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Had a nice little growth surge this week. Harsh Scrutiny, Harness Lightning, Malphus Doorbuster, and Aether Squall Ancient. Nice finisher in that energy deck. Probably fun in EDH too. So welcome. You'll get sick of me reminding you, but you know, now would be a great time to pause the video, hit that thumbs up button, and drop a comment. What do you think about Kaladesh? What do you think about Aether Revolt? What are you looking for in Amonkhet? Are you excited for Modern Masters? I read each and every comment. Wildest Dreams. So I respond to many of them too. So I think you'd be hard pressed to find another Magic YouTuber as interactive as I am, especially on Twitter and Facebook. Thriving Grubs. This pack feels like there's a foil in it. Little thicker. Aetherborn Marauder. Veteran Motorist. Glint Nest Crane, and Marionette Master. And I was dead wrong about the foil. I'm wrong a lot. I'm wrong more than most people. But I'd rather strike out swinging than looking. It makes for some great videos. Some great times when we called it. Fretwork Colony. Durable Handicraft. Sequestered Stash. And a Spire Bluff Canal. Foil Demolish. Well, maybe our foil Mythic can save us. Aether Torch Renegade. Decoction Module. Why am I always saying that wrong? Minister of Inquiries. And a Noxious Gearhulk. Well, we hit 2 Gearhulks. Not the right ones, so to speak. Hopefully we'll get lucky and we'll find some more. I've actually got a Shadows over Innistrad Fat Pack, too, that I think I'm going to open next week. Stay tuned for that. Harness Lightning, Embral Bruiser, Servant of the Conduit, and Midnight Oil. Got the podcast dropping Saturday. You might be watching this later, but podcast episode 4. I've moved the videos to Saturdays as to leave the Wednesday more standard, especially if people don't like the podcast. Arborback Stomper, Start Your Engines, Fairgrounds Trumpeter, and Skyship Stalker. I have the playmat of this. People like that. Podcast response has been pretty good, actually. People seem to really like it. Continue to work on that audio quality of that. I think it's come a long way. I'm taking everyone's feedback. Unlicensed Disintegration. Filigree Familiar. Restoration Gearsmith. And Oviaya Bashiri. Sage Life Crafter. Well, I don't know about this box. I don't know. Let's just rip a Chandra right now and be done with it. Oval Chase Daredevil, Voltaic Brawler, Disappearing Act, Mad Cap Experiment. It's red, not a Chandra. That is the gamble of the booster box. That is one of the reasons people like to watch this channel. So you don't have to lose your $100. Hey, who could blame you, right? Ballista Charger, Aether Hub. That was worth a few bucks at one time. Armorcraft Judge. Smuggler's Copter. Boy, this was the pack that was. Cathartic Reunion. As you know, Smuggler's Copter, as you may not know, it is banned in Standard. So it took a big hit in terms of its value. Still feels good to open it, though. Demolition Stomper. Shrewd Negotiation. Glint Nest Crane. Dynavolt Tower. We have a foil Smuggler's Copter. That would have been an insane pull at one time. It probably is still not a bad foil rare, though. That would have been an insane pull at one time. Hopefully it's still worth something. But when that thing was in Standard and the non-foil version was worth like 20 bucks, the foil version would have been way up there. But EDH is still a thing, so maybe that will save us. I'm sure someone's already finding out the price. Oval Chase Drakester, Wispweaver Angel, Perpetual Timepiece, and a Sky Sovereign. All the vehicles back to back. Very solid Sky Sovereign. Nice Mythic. Now, I don't think we're going to find Chandra or the other Gearhulks. But, you know, what do we... That happens. Engineered Might, Gear Up Your Guide, Quicksmith Genius, and Lathnu Helion. So let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 27. Should have 6 packs left. Maybe not. Unlicensed Disintegration, Spark of Creativity, Restoration Gearsmith, and Toolcraft Exemplar. Underhanded Designs, Creeping Mold, Consulate Surveillance, and a Saheeli. That's a sweet hit. Not as spicy as Chandra, but you know, still very, very good. I'm not gonna complain about a Saheeli, especially in a box that's kind of rough. I hope you're all. What are you playing at F&M? What's going on in Standard right now? Longfin Skywell, Chief of the Foundry, Elegant Edgecrafters, and a Concealed Courtyard. You know, I can hear Colt, my cat, scratching at the doors upstairs. I probably should let him down. Maybe you can pull these packs around. Hazardous Conditions, Start Your Engines, Veteran Motorist, and Aether Flux Reservoir. This box have an extra pack? There should only be 3 packs left. Filigree Familiar, Sequestered Stash, Visionary Augmenter, and Camball Council of Allocation. Maybe they were just spaced differently or something. Iron League Steed, Trusty Companion, Snare Thopter, and Cultivator of Blades. This is weird. I feel like counting these. Shouldn't. Maybe I'll count the rares when we're done. Voltaic Brawler, Quicksmith Genius, Disappearing Act, and a Combustible Gearhulk. Keep those Gearhulks rolling. Rolling, rolling. We missed both the green and the blue Gearhulk. We got all the rest of them. We managed to miss them all. I think that's 5 or 6 mythics, though. Boundary Inspector, Furious Reprisal, Deadlock, Trap. Last pack. I'm going to count these rares because it feels weird. Like, I've opened so many boxes, I kind of just know the way it... I don't know. Underhanded Designs, Servant of the Conduit, Spark of Creativity, and Syndicate Trafficker. So let's go back through. All right, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put the mythics over here. 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. This doesn't count. 36, 37. I think there was an extra rare in that. I think there was an extra rare in that box. Or an extra pack. Well, if it ends up being the case, I will be titling this 37 packs in a booster box, apparently. Interesting. This foil Smuggler Copter is a pretty nice pull. Hey, well, I hope you enjoyed this box opening. I will have, again, like I said, absolute piles of openings coming up from Aether Revolt, so stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.